Breakfast is not just the first meal of the day. It's a signal. When 100-year-old Lorraine Martin from Southern California wakes up at 5:45, the first thing she reaches for isn't her phone, it's the pot of oatmeal. Her breakfast has been the same for 40 years, and she's convinced it's what gave her the clear mind, energy, and calm that have stayed with her into her 102nd year. We've gotten used to thinking that breakfast can be skipped, that grabbing a snack on the go is normal. But Lorraine and thousands like her are sure breakfast is like turning the ignition in a car. If you don't start it, you're not going anywhere.
Longevity doesn't start with pills. It starts with habits. Studies of people living past 100 show they share one powerful trait. They eat the same breakfast every day at the same time. Dr. Dan Buettner, author of the Blue Zones research, analyzed the lifestyles of centenarians around the world. In Loma Linda, California, the U.S. city with the highest concentration of long-lived people, 90% of respondents began their mornings with whole grains, fruit, and nuts. No chaos, no rush. This breakfast wasn't trendy. It was simple, predictable, and that is exactly where its power lies. Breakfast turns on your biological clock. When you eat in the morning, you switch on your body's circadian rhythms. This affects everything from hormonal balance to energy levels and even the rate of cellular aging. A 2021 study by the Harvard School of Public Health showed that people who consumed most of their calories earlier in the day enjoyed more stable insulin levels and a younger biological age. Centenarians in the U.S. didn't worry about the terminology. They simply ate when their bodies truly needed food, in the morning. Skipping breakfast accelerates aging. You might have heard of intermittent fasting, a trendy habit among fitness enthusiasts, but among centenarians, you won't find advocates of a breakfast at 2 p.m. Data from the National Institute on Aging, NIA, indicates that skipping breakfast is linked with higher inflammation and an increased risk of chronic disease. This doesn't mean that every person who fasts will face premature aging, but typical U.S. centenarians never skipped breakfast. They made it the foundation of their day. Breakfast is like an investment. The earlier and more stable it is, the better. 100-year-old Henry Peters from Arizona told NBC News, "I wake up at 6 o'clock, eat oatmeal with blueberries, and drink water." Been doing it since 1972, Henry sticks with his routine because the body loves stability. While many chase exotic superfoods, he relies on consistent habits, the wisdom of a century. The body craves predictability, and a breakfast eaten at the same time every day acts as an anchor that stabilizes your metabolism. Breakfast also helps reduce morning inflammation. During sleep, cortisol, the body's stress hormone, peaks, and if you don't eat, that hormone continues to circulate, causing microinflammation in your blood vessels, brain, and joints. Centenarians typically have low levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation, because their breakfast is light, fiber-rich, and packed with antioxidants. It isn't magic. It's simply oatmeal, berries, and nuts fighting inflammation before your day even begins. After age 60, metabolism slows, and after 80, it slows dramatically. Long-lived people have learned to compensate by activating their metabolism as early as possible. For example, Martha James, 101 from Oregon, eats banana oatmeal at 7 a.m. and takes a walk around the neighborhood by 10 a.m. Her doctor notes that her blood sugar and cholesterol levels are like those of a 35-year-old. A breakfast rich in protein, fiber, and healthy fats acts as a natural metabolic booster. Routine is more than just a diet, it's a ritual. One of the most underestimated habits of centenarians is their consistent morning ritual. They eat at the same time, in the same place, and with the same foods. This isn't boredom. It's a biological anchor that lowers stress, normalizes hormones, and provides stability. As Dr. Rosalind Carter, a gerontologist from Johns Hopkins University, puts it, breakfast isn't about food. It's about reconnecting with your body. Coffee isn't forbidden among centenarians. It's simply never used as a substitute for food. For instance, 100-year-old Judy Sanders from Florida enjoys a cinnamon coffee only after her bowl of oatmeal with walnuts. Caffeine can be helpful, but only if it follows a nutritious food base. Drinking only coffee and waiting until lunch leaves your body operating in depletion mode. Breakfast equals energy, not chaos. How many times have you missed breakfast at 8 a.m., experienced a meltdown at 11 a.m., and then binged at 1 p.m.? Centenarians avoid the blood sugar roller coaster. Their mornings start with steady energy, complex carbohydrates, plant fats, and a small amount of protein, much like fueling a car with premium gas for a day of uninterrupted driving. So, what do 100-year-olds know that many of us don't? While we chase superfoods, scrutinize labels, and debate dietary trends like keto and veganism, centenarians stick to a simple formula: oatmeal, an apple, and nuts every day. Their secret isn't in the food itself. It's in simplicity, ritual, and mindfulness. If there's one thing you can start tomorrow, it isn't a new supplement, it's your breakfast. Part 2. What exactly do 100-year-olds eat for breakfast? And why it works oatmeal might seem boring to some, but not to centenarians. The legendary breakfast of Henry Peters, 103, is oatmeal with blueberries and walnuts, a meal he has enjoyed since the 1970s. He claims it cleans the arteries better than any pill. Oats are rich in beta-glucan, a special type of fiber that lowers LDL cholesterol and reduces inflammation. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that starting the day with oats can reduce the risk of heart disease by 20%. Berries are nature's brain boosters. Blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries are potent antioxidants. In Loma Linda, nearly every centenarian's breakfast includes a handful of berries because they enhance memory, protect against dementia, and help regenerate brain cells. Florence Dixon, 100, from California, remarked, "I can't remember the last time I forgot where my glasses are. Thank you, blueberries." Nuts offer heart-loving fats. Walnuts, almonds, and pecans regularly appear in the breakfasts of American centenarians. The healthy fats in nuts help lower blood sugar, support vascular health, and provide long-lasting energy. A Harvard study found that consuming a handful of nuts daily can reduce the risk of death from cardiovascular disease by 29%. It all comes down to simplicity. A bowl of oats and a handful of nuts in the morning can work wonders. Small yet mighty seeds such as flax, chia, or pumpkin seeds are nutritional powerhouses. In 98% of centenarian diets studied in the blue zones, seeds are present, especially in the morning. They are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and fiber that promote digestive health. Adding a teaspoon of flax seeds to your porridge mirrors the morning ritual of 103-year-old Iris Jones from Texas. Yogurt, when chosen plain and unsweetened, Greek or plant-based, is a bacterial upgrade. Fermented foods are a key element of breakfast for many centenarians because they improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and boost immunity. John Matthews, 101, from Montana, shared, "I eat Greek yogurt with nuts and honey every morning. If the gut is happy, I'm happy." For some, a smoothie serves as a nutritious alternative to porridge. Modern American centenarians, having survived the fast food era, sometimes prefer a hearty smoothie made from greens, berries, seeds, and plant milk. This isn't a treat. It's functional fuel that satisfies hunger, regulates blood sugar, and enhances cognitive function. All before 8 a.m. Bread is acceptable, if it's whole grain. No centenarian in the U.S. starts the day with white toast and jam. Instead, dark bread accompanied by avocado, tahini, or egg delivers slow-release carbohydrates, stable energy, and cleaner arteries. Myrna Wallace, 100, from Washington, once commented, "Bread? Yes, if it's brown. White bread is for white hair. Eggs are a source of protein that ages slowly. Most centenarians include eggs in their breakfast 2 to 3 times a week, appreciating the dense protein, along with fat-soluble vitamins they offer. Combining an egg with avocado and salad isn't random. It's a deliberate system for maintaining tissues and brain health. Hydration is critical too. Breakfast isn't just about food. It's also about starting the day with water. Many U.S. centenarians begin their mornings with warm water and lemon, or a simple glass of water. This practice activates the digestive tract, lowers cortisol levels, and aids in digesting breakfast, one of the simplest yet most repeated rituals among those over 100. Fiber is the unsung hero of breakfast. Although you don't see or taste it, fiber is the main defense against diabetes, stroke, and obesity. On average, American centenarians consume over 25 grams of fiber a day, with about 1/3 coming in the morning from foods like oatmeal, seeds, berries, nuts, and whole grains. It isn't a miracle, it's just sound nutritional mechanics. Centenarians rarely incorporate meat into their breakfasts. Rather than the traditional American fare of bacon and eggs, they favor a plant-based approach. Proteins from nuts, seeds, and legumes. Fats from avocado and olive oil. And, if eggs zapper, they are only a side dish. The primary focus remains on plants, fiber, and stability. Sugar is the enemy of a healthy morning. None of the centenarians begin their day with a croissant or muffin. If they once did, they stopped long ago. Sugar in the morning triggers an insulin spike, leading to an energy crash, inflammation, and accelerated aging. Instead of sugary jams, syrups, or cereals, centenarians opt for fruit and the natural sweetness of berries.
This material is for informational purposes only and is not a medical recommendation. Before making any changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have chronic health conditions, be sure to consult your doctor or a registered dietitian. If you enjoyed this part, give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the upcoming episodes. We'll keep sharing simple, science-backed tips that truly work, especially for those who want to live longer and feel better every day. Now let's keep watching. Forward to new healthy habits.
Yet again, it isn't just about the food, it's about the ritual. Centenarians do not eat on the run while driving or while scrolling through their phones. Breakfast is a moment of focus, gratitude, and a deliberate, slow start to the day. This micro-ritual, maintained over many years, strengthens the mind, reduces stress, and ultimately extends life. Part 3. Why most of us do the opposite, and how to subtly switch to the path of longevity. An alarm clock can sometimes deliver an explosion of stress the moment you wake up. How does the average person start the day? With an alarm, anxiety, and immediately reaching for the phone, which is soon flooded with notifications, a cortisol spike, even before you leave the bed. Centenarians, however, take a different approach. They rely on natural awakening or a gentle sound. No phone, no stress. The result is normalized blood pressure, a stable mood, and better digestion. Scrolling through your phone right after waking up is nothing short of a brain hijack. Before even brushing your teeth, you're confronted with someone else's vacation photos, political updates, or distressing news. This instant interruption breaks your focus and robs you of control over how the day begins. For long livers, the morning is a quiet, sacred time. They steer clear of social media and digital overload. As Marianne Rose, 102, from New Jersey, exemplifies, the early moments of the day should remain undisturbed. By embracing these simple yet profound changes in your morning routine, you can align with the habits that have enabled centenarians to thrive. From choosing whole, nutrient-dense foods To making breakfast a mindful ritual, these adjustments are not only about eating well, they're about setting the tone for a healthier, more balanced life. I don't touch my phone before breakfast. I need to hear myself first. Sweet breakfast equals a fast track to fatigue. Croissants, buns, toast with jam, cereal. These are the classic breakfasts of mortality. They give a glucose spike, but 90 minutes later you're left hungry, irritable, and craving more. In contrast, centenarians' breakfasts have a low glycemic index. Their mornings are all about stability, not sugar swings. Coffee is enjoyed, but not first thing. The usual pattern is to wake up, have coffee, then shower. However, many American centenarians only turn to coffee after they've had water and food. Why? Because caffeine on an empty stomach increases stress, spikes cortisol, and irritates the gastrointestinal tract. The ideal sequence is simple. First water, then breakfast, and lastly coffee, treating it as a dessert rather than a necessity. Breakfast from a box is aging in a package. Cereal, bars, and flavored yogurts all contain sugar, oils, and additives. The body receives no real nutrition, only the illusion of fullness. Centenarians avoid boxed foods. Their breakfast consists of whole foods with a minimal list of ingredients. As Thomas Wilson, 104 from Oregon says, "If you can't pronounce the ingredient, don't eat it." Eating while multitasking, whether in traffic, on the go, or at the laptop, is counterproductive to good health. The body cannot digest and manage stress simultaneously. When the brain senses danger, digestion slows down. Centenarians choose instead to eat slowly, with focus and gratitude, which in turn improves absorption, regulates hormones, and maintains balanced blood sugar levels. Consider morning dopamine. Modern people are hooked on quick fixes like sweets, phone notifications, coffee, and noise, a temporary high that burns out fast. In contrast, centenarians obtain dopamine from more natural sources: a brisk morning walk, exposure to sunlight, and the simple satisfaction of a well-prepared breakfast. Dopamine generated by the body is far more reliable than that provided by packaged trinkets. How can you begin to change your habits without feeling overwhelmed? Start with 3 simple steps. Replace one component of your breakfast. Instead of overhauling everything, try swapping cereal for oatmeal. Drink a glass of water before your coffee. It can truly transform your energy levels. Leave your phone in another room for at least 30 minutes in the morning. You'll be surprised how much easier your day becomes. Perhaps most important of all is the identity you choose to embrace. Telling yourself each day, "I'm a person who takes care of myself," sets your brain on a path to confirm that belief. Breakfast is the perfect moment to reinforce that identity. You can be 32 years old and eat breakfast like a 100-year-old, and it will work. Below is what the ideal centenarian breakfast looks like, presented in 3 formulas you can adopt starting tomorrow. No abstract tips here. Each formula is broken down with clear explanations of why and how it works. Why is breakfast so crucial to centenarians? Because for them, breakfast is not merely food, it's a system. For most, breakfast is something to grab on the run, but for centenarians, it is a foundation that can be counted on without question. Their morning meal is characterized by simplicity, few ingredients that are easy to prepare; satiety, designed to keep hunger at bay throughout the day; nutrient density, delivering maximum benefits per calorie; anti-inflammatory properties, completely free of sugar and processed foods; regularity, breakfast is never skipped. Formula 1. Farmer's Breakfast from Vermont. Start with a base of whole steel-cut oats, never instant flakes. Slowly cooked, these oats provide fiber, beta-glucan, and sustained energy. They lower cholesterol, balance blood sugar, and support smooth digestion, which becomes increasingly important with age. Top the oats with a combination of blueberries, raspberries, and walnuts. The berries offer antioxidants, while the nuts deliver healthy fats and magnesium essential for muscle function. As Elizabeth Garden, 101, from Vermont explains, I've eaten oatmeal with berries every day since 1975. It works for me. Add a spice of cinnamon, without any sugar. Cinnamon helps stabilize glucose levels while enhancing flavor, proving that delicious taste need not come with unnecessary sugar. Formula 2. Mediterranean Morning, from California. Begin with whole grain bread topped with avocado. Choose whole grains where the germ and bran are preserved, not just plain white toast. Avocado provides potassium, magnesium, and healthy fats, and yes, even a bit of happiness. Finish with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil and a pinch of sea salt, avoiding butter altogether. Olivia Romero, 103 from San Diego, calls olive oil her elixir. Olive oil is my elixir. I don't start the day without it. This final touch delivers antioxidants, fat-soluble vitamins, and excellent heart support. Complement the dish with tomatoes, arugula, and optionally, a poached egg. Fresh vegetables contribute fiber and essential enzymes, while the egg offers pure protein and vitamin B12 to help prevent cramps and weakness. The result is a tasty, light, yet satisfying breakfast that doesn't overburden the digestive system. Formula 3. Hawaiian Longevity Breakfast. For a twist on the traditional, try a tofu scramble with vegetables. Although sometimes seen merely as a vegan trend, centenarians have enjoyed this type of breakfast for decades. Tofu is a valuable source of plant protein, iron, and calcium. It's a hearty alternative to meat, complemented by broccoli, mushrooms, and bell peppers instead of sausage. Add slices of pineapple or papaya. These fruits are rich in enzymes, bromelain from pineapple and papain from papaya, which aid in digestion and reduce inflammation. In Hawaii, centenarians prefer whole fruits in their morning routine rather than juices or smoothies. Finally, accompany the meal with a cup of green tea or matcha. This mild source of caffeine provides a host of benefits, including a robust supply of catechins and antioxidants without causing blood pressure spikes or upsetting the stomach. Ken Ito, 102 years old from Maui, sums it up. I brew green tea every morning. Then I eat tofu and papaya. A simple morning, a long life. Timing is also essential. Centenarians consistently eat before 8:30 a.m. They never opt for late breakfasts or skipping meals because it's not about weight control, but about metabolic synchronicity. The body wakes up properly when it receives food, not when it gets a quick coffee or a pastry on the run. To implement one of these formulas, follow a few simple guidelines. Choose one formula and stick with it. Don't mix them. Buy the ingredients in advance and do some prep the night before. Make your breakfast a ritual rather than a rushed task squeezed between other activities. Keep track of how you feel at 10 o'clock a.m., 1 o'clock p.m., and 4 o'clock. You may notice increased energy and reduced snack cravings. Consistency is key. It isn't what you eat on one occasion that matters, but what you eat 300 times a year. Centenarians don't chase after superfoods. They opt for simple, nutritious foods that sustain and nourish without overstimulating. For instance, just 5 minutes spent on oatmeal with berries each day can lead to lasting benefits. Over time, your blood vessels and nerves stabilize, inflammation is reduced, and overall function improves, leading to a longer, healthier life without pain, pills, or that overwhelming "I just can't wake up" feeling. Breakfast is the launch point for all bodily systems: metabolism, hormones, brain function, and digestion. You don't need to change your entire life. Altering your breakfast routine can yield noticeable results in as little as 5 to 7 days. Sugar crashes vanish, energy levels stabilize, and you gain a renewed sense of control over your body. Consider these real-life success stories. Story number 1. I got rid of hypertension in 6 months. Rick Sanders, 64, from Oregon, used to eat a donut with his coffee every morning, accompanied by blood pressure pills. After watching an interview with a doctor from Loma Linda on centenarian breakfasts, he switched to oatmeal with walnuts, blueberries, and cinnamon, eliminating sugar and adding green tea. After 3 months, his blood pressure stabilized, and after 6 months, he stopped taking medication. I just stopped being afraid I'd die every morning. Breakfast became my salvation. Story number 2. My joints stopped hurting. Maggie Hall, 72, from Texas, believed joint pain was merely a sign of aging, until she discovered it was the sugar in her traditional English breakfast. After replacing toast with jam, bacon, and fried eggs, with a tofu omelet, broccoli, and pineapple, she saw swelling in her fingers decrease after just 10 days, and her knee pain disappeared within 2 months. My doctor didn't believe it was food, but I know it is. Story number 3. I look 10 years younger. Jamie Rogers, 59, from California, always struggled with dry, dull skin and was advised by her beautician to drink more water. Yet she found that all she needed was breakfast. By switching to whole-grain toast with avocado, tomatoes, and olive oil, and sometimes a boiled egg, her skin became noticeably moisturized after 1 month, and by 3 months, friends began to wonder if she was using Botox. But I just eat like the centenarians. That's it. Story number 4. I got my concentration back. Linda Krause, 68, from Washington, was troubled by forgetfulness and an inability to focus after turning 60. When she switched to a breakfast rich in protein and fiber, oatmeal with berries, almonds, and turmeric tea, her sugar crashes disappeared within a week, and her memory improved noticeably over a month. I started reading books again, and actually understanding what I read. Story number 5. My gut finally works like clockwork. Mark Jefferson, 71, from Florida, had relied on laxatives for 20 years before he made a change. By replacing his usual cereal and milk with avocado toast, sauerkraut, and an egg, and adding a glass of warm water with lemon, his digestive system normalized completely in just 3 weeks. I even lost 4 kilos, though I wasn't trying. My body finally started working. This comprehensive approach shows that changing your breakfast isn't just a dietary tweak. It's a lifestyle transformation that can positively affect every aspect of your health.
What do all these stories have in common? No magical supplements. No complicated diets. Just a conscious swap of sugar and empty calories for real food. They all started with one goal: to feel better. And it happened faster than they expected. Why can you do it too? Because tomorrow is morning. Because you don't need to change everything. Because one breakfast is one chance. And you can take that chance right now. Challenge. 7-day experiment. Try one of the 3 formulas from part 4. Keep a journal. How did you feel in the morning, afternoon, and evening? Did you have any snacks? How much energy did you have? And compare it to how you felt before. Spoiler, you're going to like how your body feels.